All right, you guys see my screen?
Yes.
Yep.
Cool. Cool. So any questions, anything that you guys want to all go over before we do like a kind of session with the bot testing and everything?
We're good.
No questions?
No, for the moment.
So, all right, just gonna do it here. We're recording here.
Mm-hmm.
30. I'm gonna do like a day here, September, whatever.
Hey, Vlad, if you don't mind, I have a couple of questions
Go ahead.
before you. First question is, so if you're already sitting in, say, a 4-hour order block, is it necessary to draw minor order blocks like the 5-minute order block or the 15-minute order block?
Yeah, I mean, you don't have to, but I like to do it myself. I do it like that. I actually, even though I'm on a 4-hour order block, I might mark up the
Mm-hmm.
15 or 5 either way.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, I was looking at gold this morning, and since it was already sitting in a 4-hour order block, I didn't see the need. But yeah, thank you for clarifying. And then the second question is, if you don't mind looking at a trade, possible trade this morning for us at around 9:30 a.m. whilst market open, I still have a slight confusion about the order block, and I think we were
Which,
discussing it.
which one on goal or US 30?
Gold, sorry.
Oh, that's fine. So 9:30, you said?
Yes.
All right.
So that candle you have the cursor on right now, yeah. My reading was that candle grabbed previous liquidity that was formed, and we were talking about it in the group. So, and
Which
based
one?
on this one, I was thinking this one would have been a liquidity right here, and so at this point, I was just looking for a break in my favor over here. And then after that, I was just looking for a level, say, and then boom, go. So,
But not. I mean, here we don't have a liquidity grab. Why? Because
okay.
you still basically we're bearish here. You guys can see we have lower highs and lower lows. So this is a lower low. And remember that for you to have a liquidity grab, yeah, this could be a swing, but before it could be a swing, it had to create a break on your favor. So you had to do something like this, like it did. So at that point,
Okay.
yes, this now is gonna be a liquidity. This is gonna be a liquidity swing, and this is gonna be your liquidity high and low as a liquidity. So you guys, if you want to take this trade, I saw this trade. I was waiting for that liquidity grab to be happening for me to look for the setup, but never happened. You guys can see never grabbed the liquidity and then continue going up. So it
Okay.
was not a setup for me, which sometimes happens, and that's something that
So
you guys have to get used to,
is
you know.
maybe Eric, did you were looking first, it grabbed the liquidity and then the break of structure? Or is
Yeah.
No,
so
Yeah.
is because
yeah,
it's
but I mean,
first,
like,
I think it's break of structure
it
and
can
then
now be like that because then you're gonna be looking. This is gonna be liquidity then at that point. So you're gonna say, okay, this is liquidity. You know what I'm saying? So every
Yeah.
single lower low, you're gonna mark it up as liquidity. It doesn't have to be like that. Remember that the liquidity had to be for buys on the higher low. So here, when market do this break in our favor, that's the first thing. First of all, if you have bearish momentum internally, the first break had to happen because that's going to be the confirmation that market's getting back again into uptrend, aligning with the bigger time frame structure. So if you don't have this break first, you can now be looking for any liquidity or any setup because otherwise you're going to be taking a run trade if it makes sense.
Okay.
So if market's bearish internally, that first break had to happen before anything. That's what I said before. What we do, wait for a break on our favor, our break in our favor first, and that's when you start looking for liquidity grab, order block, and price action, which is gonna be the entry. Okay.
Mhm. Yeah.
Does it make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah, perfect. I think Abdul, you were the one that had it the right way, and I'm trying to remember.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah, the thing is that I almost got confused because what you said, but
yeah,
I was remembered that it was first break of structure, because if it's not break of structure, we don't have liquidity because it is not changed it to bullish.
Exactly. So
So we don't have
Okay.
that higher low. We don't have that higher low that is.
exactly. So at that point, that's the way to do it. And yeah, sometimes it sucks because you're looking for a setup like this and market go up. It sucks, but I rather just to let it go if I don't have the confirmation, because I seen it before that I take it and then stop me up because
Can you?
it's gonna go grab liquidity. So
Yeah.
some days it's gonna be better just see it. It sucks, but stick to the plan. Okay.
Can you put 4 hours, please?
Yeah.
Uh, So what happened here is what I did. I had marked the lower, the last, how to say, the last lower high, higher low. So I mean, in 4 hours, the last. Let me see. Let me
So
draw it.
I mean, if you can
So
draw
we
it,
are, yeah, we are in bullish. So this right here should be our sell side liquidity. I mean, is this order block here. And then, so what I draw is a line here and another line here.
Mhm.
So that's the structure, the external structure. So
Exactly.
everything that is happening here is still bullish for us.
Mhm.
So as it touched here, for me, it was a very nice setup for buys, even for a like a big RR, like 1.126 or 1 to 8, because it was like it touched here. So if it falls for here, it will be so possible to change, like a change of character, you know?
Not
You know what I
really.
mean? You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
I know what I mean, but it
Exactly.
wouldn't be a change of character, even though it breaks through that. Because
Yeah, minor
remember, for you
break,
to have
minor
a break,
pullback.
for you to have a break of a structure here or a change of character, you had to see two breaks back to back. So if it would have go like that, and continue and maybe grab liquidity here and maybe breaks below here, you still have one break, which is gonna be this one you have right here, right? This break. So for you to have a change of character, you had to see a pullback and another break. You have to keep in mind that because one break is
Yes,
still liquidity grab right here. But I get what you're saying here. The only thing that I just confirming is that even though it would have just go through here, it wouldn't be like a change of character because you're still bullish as you only have one break, if it makes
yeah.
sense.
If you go to 1 hour now, I don't remember if I had the order block of 1 hour, or I think I had, yeah, this one right here.
Yes.
I don't remember exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I saw everything that you saw, but the only thing is like I didn't see the confirmation. Like it
The
was
liquidity.
a great kind of like liquidity graph because also you guys can see here that we have a higher low internally. So this is liquidity here. You see on the 4 hour. So we have a higher high, higher low, right? Even though it doesn't have a higher high, remember that in an uptrend, every single higher low, even though it doesn't have a higher high, is have liquidity. So we grab liquidity here. We go to this order block. We also tapping into this 1 hour order block. And then we have every single confirmation that we can look for to look for a setup. But we need to see the market break in our favor because we were bearish beforehand, So the break here and the liquidity grab would be the perfect setup for us to take it, So
Yeah. I sent it when we were in live. I was expecting that if grab liquidity, you would send that setup because it was so beautiful.
yeah, but I mean, didn't never happen, but that's fine. Like I
Yeah.
said, it's gonna happen sometimes, and it sucks. But like it's better to keep the plan because if you start, one thing that you have to keep in mind, and you all guys do, is that when you're training, it's pretty easy for you to get bad habits. Meaning by not following your trading plan and taking a trade without your confirmation, you might win it and you might get used to take this kind of trades. And you say, "Oh, I win it one time. Maybe next time it's gonna work." And that's when you can start getting fucked up because the setup that we're looking at here that I explained to you guys are 80 plus or 85 plus win rate. So if we just start getting any setups, then you're gonna be messing with the win rate or your win rate, which is doesn't matter too much the win rate, but you're gonna be starting messing with your trading plan, So having like you have to always keep with the plan and stick to the plan, because then you're gonna start getting bad habits, and then these bad habits are gonna get you into taking trades that is not a good setup, but you just because you won it last time, you think it's gonna do something different today, for example, or the next day, So
Yeah.
so that's all the questions, and we can go back again to the bot testing thing. Or
Yeah,
anybody have any questions?
Yeah, there was a second on gold, but I think this one should be enough. Still really the order block, not order block, but liquidity just confuses a little. Some days I'll be perfect, some days I'm like, which
Man,
one? Yeah.
That's totally fine. Like you're getting used to a new concept, and the
Yeah.
only way for you to get perfect on it is by testing and practicing. So you
Yeah.
don't get discouraged because you just miss one day. That's fine. Even me, it took me time for me to understand everything. So once I understood it, that's when I know exactly when to take it. But it takes time.
Yeah.
So
You used to play with 15 minutes candle, no? I saw in your old YouTube videos.
yeah, I mean, I
Mhm.
used to. The first thing I always trade based on market structure, internal structure, order blocks, and breaks. That's always have been my main strategy. My main one was Fibonacci and 50%. That's the first one that I started making some money, But then when I started working on market structure and order blocks and things like that, that's basically what I always been in. And then I just add liquidity grab, and then I just kind of work on finding like a good organized, like everything that I have on my head, I try to organize in a way that I can teach it to somebody, because sometimes you know something and you do it for yourself and you say, "Oh, I understand it pretty good," but when you teach it forward, a lot of people say, "Bro, it's too complicated." So that's why now I have it like a way that is super simple to follow. Like you don't have to do this, you have to do this, wait for this, wait for this time to trade, look for this, look for that, and it's more easy for people to understand it,
Mhm.
So right here, we're gonna go, guys, it's gonna be me. I'm gonna do moving everything. I'm gonna ask you guys, you're gonna do the markups. I'm not gonna say anything. You guys are gonna be making the decision here, okay? And then if you guys made a mistake, which is fine, don't be scared to make a mistake. We go over and I'm gonna explain what would I have done better. And if there's something that I could do, because if I agree that everything was right and we lose, that's part of the game, because we're gonna have losses as everybody else, okay? So right here, I'm gonna just set everything up. New York. So this is 9:30, okay? So we're right here at 9:30. So we're gonna go, the first thing is gonna be the bias. So I'm gonna go to the 4-hour, and I'm gonna give you guys time so you guys can tell me what we're looking at here. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So you
That's
gotta let me
bullish.
know what we're looking at here, what
So
kind of structure we're looking.
Is that 4 hour?
Bullish.
This is a
bullish
4-hour.
structure.
Yeah, that's a 4-hour.
Two breaks on the
It's
this,
very.
It's
I
it's
see it
bullish.
as
It's bullish. It's bullish.
it's
There
coming
is no
bullish?
pullback.
went
It's on a
up
pullback in 4
one.
hours, and you have you have two breaks out in the upstream. It's a pullback
Yeah.
in the 4 hours.
Yeah, it's bullish. Yeah.
All right, bullish, right? So I guess what I'm looking at here, I'm gonna mark up this as a liquidity grab. Right? Everybody agree here?
Mhm.
Right?
Mhm.
Because it's a higher high. This is my higher low. This is liquidity. So market grab liquidity, one break. So we have what here? A double top, a double bottom. So can you guys tell me if we have an internal order block that we can use here?
Yeah.
Which
Wait.
one?
This one. Hold on.
Which
Thinking
one?
this one. This one.
This.
Yes.
No, that one wasn't
No.
validated because this
The-
one we actually closed below with a body
Is-
candle here.
Is this last one who created a new high?
Oh, yes, you're right.
This one,
right.
exactly.
The
So
small
the-
one, yeah.
The
Yeah.
red one. Okay, great. Okay, we're gonna go back here. So we mark it up that one. Okay. Boom. So now
What time?
we-
What time frame is this one?
this is
4
4
hour?
hour. Yeah.
Okay.
All right, so we already know the bias. So I'm gonna go back again into the 5 minutes right away because we already know exactly what we're looking for here. Okay. So right here, I want you guys to take a moment and let me know if we're bearish internally or we're bullish internally here.
Let's see.
Bearish.
No, we're bullish.
1, 2. We bearish.
So
This one.
Oh, we bullish. Yeah, we are bullish
There's
because we
actually
break.
it's actually
break.
a accumulation because it's 2 breaks bullish and 2 breaks
all right,
bearish.
yeah, I see that. Okay, you guys
This
are
is
right on that one.
accumulation, no?
Yeah, but you guys had, if you said buy, I mean uptrend internally, you guys right because what we have here is a break, one, and a second break right here. So here
Yeah.
we have liquidity on this higher low, and also we have liquidity below this swing low. We have an order block right here on 5 minutes, right here. Okay,
Mhm.
so right now it's 9:30, right? Let's see what happens. Okay, I'm not gonna say anything. I'm just gonna. I was about to get a comment here, but I just.
Why aren't we using this other block right here?
Which one?
The one I just
Yeah, because even though it's still valid because he haven't break below here because this all week trend frame, it's
mhm.
like for me to mark up this order block right here, would it be like kind of messy for me, you know?
Okay.
So I mark up this one right here and just remove this one, even though I know this one is still being respected. But I have this
Okay.
one and it's more clear for me because I want to see what price is doing. Okay.
But isn't also that order block, it didn't make the price react? Like the price didn't do nothing with that order block, no?
I mean, I can say that it didn't, but as still, you're respecting the swing low right here. So it's still valid, you know,
Yeah, it's
even
weak
though it
stop
just
loss.
went through it, but it's still valid because it's being respected because we haven't created a break through it with a full body candle. You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
Okay, so let's see. All right. So what we have here, if you guys can tell me before I do any comments.
We top the
Great.
other block in 5
This is
minutes.
it's tapping the order block. But
Yeah, but I mean,
this
remember that
liquidity
always keep
graph.
keep the details on the pullbacks. What we had done in the pullback right here.
This is a break of structure, break of in our favor, and
And we
then
have
No,
a
that's
break-
not a
break
break of a
down.
structure right there.
Huh?
That's not a break of a structure right there. Remember, a break of a structure had to be a break. You had to have a bearish candle, bullish candle, bearish candle, and that's a level. Create a level. Here you have a bearish and a bullish candle,
Oh,
so you don't
bearish.
have any level right there. So that's not a break. Anybody can tell me what you guys see, and remember,
So
always pay attention to the details on the pullbacks, what we have done on the pullback. So we're getting into a pullback. So
Is-
what you see guys on the pullback right here?
I can see the
two
second break
breaks.
in a downstream.
Yeah, second break on the downtrend. So you guys, this is the first break, which is liquidity, and market was transferring here. So it's still valid to be looking for a buy, but then market breaks below here with a
That's the
That's the
second break.
second.
So at that
So it's
point, we get back
It's a
again
bearish
bearish.
momentum.
We got bearish again on the 5 minutes. So even though we're in
Now-
on an order block, we need to see a break on our favor and everything back again. Okay,
I see.
make sense or no?
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
All right, I can continue going down.
Mhm.
So let's see what we got on the 4 hour right here. Before we do anything. So we're still here, pretty much respecting the swing low here. So for us to have a change of character, we had to see a break below here with a full body candle, okay? So we're just gonna continue looking for buys, okay? So here we have a couple of order blocks. Like so in the 1 hour, if you see, find order blocks that we can use. So we have this massive order block right here. I'm gonna go back again into the 5. Okay. I'm gonna remove this too because market went through it. So we're still looking for buys here. Doesn't matter how aggressive it's pushing. We don't have any change of character here for us, okay?
Maybe it was some news. Sometimes.
All right, so here, can somebody tell me what we see?
Break in
Break in
our
our
favor.
favor.
All right, so we have a break in our favor. So where we have liquidity here now, right now?
Here.
Yeah, below it. So, okay, we're just gonna do this, break in our favor, and liquidity right here. So where's the minor order block right here that we have?
This one.
Exactly. So we're gonna mark it up here as well. So we're gonna continue moving. All right, so market push up. All right, so we have a new liquidity. Where is the liquidity that we have? Okay, so I'll mark up here. And then I'm gonna wait for the liquidity grab. Okay. So what we have here, we have a new liquidity, right? Or no?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're gonna mark it up here. And we have what? An order block right here.
Yeah.
Let's see on 15 minutes to see if we have something that we can use here. All right. So here we have a order block, which is gonna be the wick as here. You see?
Mm-hmm.
So we can mark up this order block because it's an order block on 15. Because sometimes market cannot just go to the 5 minutes order block right here. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. All right. So what we have here.
Liquidity grab.
All right. So will you look for a setup here?
Not
No,
yet.
because it didn't tap.
We need
the
to get
block.
back to the
Order
other
block first.
Exactly. So here we don't have any setup because we didn't tap into the order block. All right. So we
then
have
we
another
restart
higher
again.
low here.
But then, yep.
We have our what
Order block.
here?
Order block
Exactly.
up there.
Right here.
So both happen simultaneously.
But
All right. So now what we have?
Break below the order
Yeah.
block.
a liquidity
Yeah, but
grab,
what we have
liquidity
here?
grab.
Liquidity
Oh,
grab.
and liquidity grab.
Exactly. Okay. So what we have now?
Now it tapped into the block.
I
But
basically.
have
Okay. So
sorry, I have a question. Is this that we marked here considered as an order block, as it's not the responsible of the push?
yeah, that's our order block as well. That's why I mark it up right now. It was there. So when market went down here, I just remove it just because it
Okay,
tapped
okay.
into this one. So I don't have the the overlapping here, But it was our order block right here. We mark it up actually.
Yeah, that's why I asked, because I didn't know that could be possible as an order
As
block.
a
Yeah,
bonus track.
it's our order block right here because that bearish candle actually make this break right here. See?
Yeah.
Okay,
Very cool. So I'm gonna.
okay. Perfect.
What the fuck? All right, so I don't know what happens here, but Marcus, but where would it have take the trade for you guys here?
This level. Well, a different level was setting up over
Yes,
here.
that's fine.
Where?
I probably would have waited to see if there will be a second level created at this level right here.
Yeah, but it didn't happen. So
Yeah.
what would it be the entry for you guys? Like right
For
now,
me-
what we have right now,
For,
Yeah.
With the body
me,
candle close around this area here.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So we would have said like we would have take a trade right here, right? Something like this.
Yeah.
All right. So would it be 30 pip stop? 40 pip stop loss. Right. Something this. Why is too big right here? The 40 pip stop loss doesn't even make sense.
I think you zoomed in.
it looks big.
Let's see what would have happened here. All right, so let's see. All
And then the time frame is a factor too.
right, see,
You know
so
what I-
here, what we have, let's see what we would have right here. I don't know why it looks like too big like this, which it doesn't make sense. But yeah, here it would be like almost a 101, but it would stop us out here. Either way, would it be fine as set up right here, okay? You guys can see that we have all the confirmation we want. We have the break here, we have the liquidity grab here, and then we have the break. So market continue pushing up right here, which was great. At this point right here, just based on what we have, you know, and this is something that I will do personally. Doesn't mean you guys have to do it, but just like this, I'm kind of far away from my entry. Even though I haven't getting into the one-on-one, fully one-on-one, I would be careful with this setup just because of the previous drop that happens here. Okay. So there's a lot of pressure here for the sale. So most likely there's gonna be a lot of people waiting for the pullback to getting into the sale. So here, even though we didn't get into the one-on-one, I wouldn't manage my trade here a little bit better. Maybe I wouldn't allow myself to lose all that money or all the percentage. I maybe wouldn't move my stop loss into, you know, more closer here like this, because it doesn't make sense. If market will go all the way down here and breaks below here, then it wouldn't be a valid setup anymore. But that's would it be me, you know? But either way, you guys do the right thing here. You guys wait for the liquidity grab. You guys wait for the break on your favor. You wait for the order block tap, and end out pushing up here. But it didn't end out playing out fully like we want. Okay, this all
What
about.
time-
Uh-huh.
Sorry, what time is the setup? What time is at this time?
Okay, so yeah, that's white.
Yeah, it's the time.
A little bit late, no?
Yeah. What happens here was that that day market closed early, so you guys can see we close at 1 p.m. right here, and then we move into the next day right here, and that's why we took it basically on Asia here. So we shouldn't have been taking that trade, but
Mhm.
we follow a trading plan, which is the setup and everything. So the good thing, like I said, we're not focusing on winning. We're focusing on understanding the concept of the trade, the strategy here. This trade we couldn't take it on real time because it's out of the time that we trade US 30. This is Asia at 7 p.m. So we shouldn't be taking that setup right here. But anyways, we followed everything that we had to do: liquidity grab, order block, and then they're breaking our favor. So it was a good setup based on a strategy. Okay. So let's go for another one here. Let's make sure that we see the time because I didn't notice that time here. That's why I say, wow, like the stop loss is huge here. You know, like here for me it was a huge stop loss, but because it's Asia. Anyways, we're gonna go back again. We're gonna remove all this. We're gonna go to the 4-hour back again, and I'm gonna give you guys time to see, to tell me what you guys see here.
So this is internal structure.
Is
Huh?
this the same day?
Okay, this is it. No. This is the same week, but not the same day.
So break. So order block
Still
here,
bullish. I see
Bullish.
bullish.
2 breaks to the top. Yep.
break here, and break here.
Mhm.
No. That's here.
That's the same.
no.
That's the same.
That's the same break here because that's a leg. Okay.
Okay.
So this break right here is the same break as this one because it's entire move right here.
Okay.
For you to have a second break, we're having a pullback and then another break right here. Okay.
Oh, okay.
We have this small order block here, and we are bullish.
Okay. So let's see something. I mean, you guys, I know you guys are focusing on the day on the 4-hour, but based on what I'm seeing, I didn't want to mention that, but I
It's
don't
horrible.
see why you guys haven't mentioned it. But right now, if we're into a level that it would be good to look for the daily to see what we're doing here. Okay, so what I see, you know, and that's something that you guys have to learn how to be not only focusing on what you're seeing at this point right here, if not understanding why market is doing all this right here. So for me, I would have just say, okay, I have this order block right here. Okay. And I'm gonna go to the daily just to see what we're looking at. All right. So who can tell me what you see, guys, right now?
I see bullish, but reacting at that order block.
Bullish? You sure? On the
Yeah, I
daily, are
see.
you guys bullish on the daily?
Yeah, because it's only.
No,
I
it's
see,
bearish. You
I
have
see
two breaks
bearish,
down.
2 breaks,
Yeah, we're bearish
What is?
2 breaks. So you
I-
have one
because we
break
have
here,
we have break exactly break
And
here
and then we
and
have
then
break here.
exactly. So what we're seeing here, and that's why I said I didn't want to mention that from the beginning on the first trade, but never nobody mentioned it. But just because what we're seeing like on the 4 hour, the double top, always every time that you see a double top or a double bottom on the 4 hour, take a moment to see where you are on the daily, because you might be reacting to a level that you have to consider to just be a little bit more cautious when it comes to taking a setup right there. Okay, that's a point that you have to take it. You guys can do, when you're trading. So here, what I see is a liquidity grab on the daily and tapping into this daily order block, which is gonna be this one, which market tapping into this one. So what I see is the market in a downtrend on the daily, grab liquidity, tapping into the order block, and then what we have here. Same thing that we do in a lower time frame. Remember that if you have 5 minutes bullish, if you want to be looking for a buy, I mean, if market is
Momentary
bearish in the
buys.
5
Yeah.
minutes, what you need to wait for to look for a buy back again.
A
The
break in your
5
favor.
minutes. Exactly. So what you have here. A break on our favor in 4 hour. So
The downside.
we're doing the same thing that we do in the 5, 15, 1 hour, 4 hour, but now we're looking at this the whole picture, the daily with the 4 hour, just to understand what we are. Okay. So here it wouldn't be crazy to having this lower high right here as liquidity for a possible sale. Does it make sense?
Yes.
It makes sense for everybody or not? You guys are kind of.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
it makes sense.
All right. Doesn't mean we have to look for sales, but you don't take that idea from your head. Okay. So I just went through like the whole picture so you guys can understand what we're looking at and what we have, but we're going to continue looking for the buy. Okay. Because we're still bullish on the 4 hour. We haven't switched into a downtrend, but if you see the whole picture here, you cannot just ignore that if market grab those liquidity above this here and give you a sale, it wouldn't be that crazy to take that sale, if it makes sense. Okay. So we're gonna go into the 5 minutes right here, and we're gonna go for the possible buy. Okay. So right now, what we have, if you guys can tell me.
A break in our favor.
Yeah, but I mean, are you looking for sales or for buy? Remember that we're looking for buy still. So
Yeah, we're looking for buy.
This order block right here.
no, but we don't have a break in our favor. So you guys are taking candles break. We don't do here candle breaks. Here we have to see an actual break. So a break is something like this: lower high, lower low, and a break. This is a break. This is a candle break. So you might see a break on the lower time frame, maybe 3 minutes, 1 minute. But here, for me to see a break, I need to see a lower high and a break. That would be a break for me. So we don't have a break in our favor here. Okay. What I see is a liquidity grab here and maybe an order block top. I don't know if it makes sense here. Does it make sense or not? You guys got lost here.
But are we looking for buys or sells?
We're looking for buys. All right. So
Yeah, but we're gonna use this as a order block, right?
yeah.
And then we have the break in our favor here.
Exactly.
And so wouldn't liquidity be here?
I mean, on the
Oh.
5 minutes, we actually
Yeah.
have the liquidity here. So, okay.
Oh, yeah, okay.
So let's see what you guys have here. Okay.
We have to wait until 9:30.
Exactly. This is
We have
9:30.
liquidity.
All right. So this is 9:30. So
So
this
liquidity
liquidity
was
that
grabbed.
happened here is not valid. Okay.
How about this one?
No, it's not. Remember, this is a lower low.
Oh, okay.
It needs to
So-
be lower high.
Lower low, lower high. But for you to have a liquidity, have to be a higher low. So this right here is not, this liquidity is now lower, it's not higher. I mean, you haven't created a new higher low. Not yet. I don't know if it makes sense here. Because you have a
Mhm.
break here, right here, this break. So that's a lower low, okay? Right? So what we have here, if you guys can tell me.
Liquidity down below here.
Yes.
Nah.
Second break.
No, it's a second.
Second break.
Oh,
and we
yes.
we have second break and we have,
Liquidity.
I don't know why you're getting the mistakes on getting into the liquidity here. Remember,
I
if you're
know.
looking for buys, it had to be a higher low.
Higher
So here
low.
you have a clear lower low. So you're marking up here, you're marking liquidity in a lower low.
Okay.
You see? So for you to have a liquidity graph, you have to have a higher low, okay?
Okay.
Because you're looking for buys. So here you have the 2 breaks. So that means what we need to wait for.
Break on our
Break
Break
on
back
favor.
in our
favor.
favor.
Exactly. So we're gonna wait for that. All right. So we don't have the break yet here. All right. So what we have here.
Break in our favor here.
Exactly. So here we have the
And
break.
And
So we have liquidity
here.
where?
Liquidity.
Here. Exactly.
You
Okay.
have to mark the order block, the new order
Yeah.
block.
Exactly. Well, we'll mark it up, but here, you guys know this our order block right here.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
I'm gonna wait for that liquidity grab. All right. So we got the liquidity here.
Tap in order block.
So we have liquidity and tapping into the order block. So we're good to go to take a possible
action.
buy here. So where would it be like the break for us to take the buy?
Right now we
This
are looking here.
Exactly.
Uh,
But
Over
I'll be
the-
happy if one formed here though.
If it creates one, because we don't have anything yet.
Yeah.
All right. So here what we
Oh.
have.
Ah, the change.
A new one.
Yeah.
So everybody agree that we can take the buy here?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Depending on how many minutes we have left on the clock.
Yeah, this is one
Yes.
11 here. So you guys can see
Oh,
here,
oh,
it
okay.
pushed down.
Yeah.
But that's fine. That's
Oh.
why we should have pay attention to what market told us a couple minutes ago when we went and do the analysis behind the 4-hour and the daily. And this is something that what I went through and I explained the daily and everything. You see, right here, we have the liquidity graph, we have the order block, we have the break in our favor. So right here, even though the 4-hour is bullish, we're getting into a what? A daily order block, having the daily bearish. So even though you have the 4-hour still bullish, the sales wouldn't be the best thing to look for. And this is the type of thing that you can, it's kind of difficult for you to get it at first, but it's like you always have to look at the whole picture with the daily, the 4-hour and the 1-hour. Because even though, yeah, you might would take the buy, which is fine here, but it wouldn't make more sense the sell as you literally have the daily, the 4-hour tapping into an order block of the daily, having a break on your favor, and then basically creating lower highs right here, giving you a clear idea that market's looking to go for a possible sell moment here. Okay. You see how market's moving down because of what happens on the daily.
US30 is scary. It's just scary.
No, it's like what you guys did here was right, but I don't know if you guys understand what I'm telling you guys here. That
Yeah.
we have the 4-hour bullish, but once you do the analysis that we went through the daily, and I explain, okay, we had to break on the daily, so that means daily is bearish. We grab liquidity on the daily, and daily went to our order block. It's the same thing as you do on the 4-hour. So if the 4-hour do this right here, so you guys can have like the whole picture what I'm saying. So if they have 4 hours doing this and do a break and go to the 4-hour, I mean, let's go for the sell. So it could be the same example. So let's do something like this. And market do this on the 4-hour and go to a 4-hour order block right here. You guys are gonna be looking on this order block for a buy. I mean, for us, yeah, for a buy. When you
sell.
still
No,
have the
sell.
bearish on the 4-hour. You will look for a sell here, right? Because the 4-hour is still bearish right here.
I
And that's a
personally,
liquidity grab. So it happens the same thing with the daily. The daily was bearish like this. It grabbed liquidity and go to a daily order block. So are you gonna be looking for a buy exactly on a daily order block right here?
Mm-mm.
For
So,
sales.
so would it be best then to at least every now and then check the daily to just
Yeah, that's
see
what
where
I,
the trend is?
that's basically what I said when we were about talking about market structure. I said we don't gonna take a whole decisions based on the daily, but we have to understand where we are, because I'm not saying that you guys shouldn't have looked for buys. I mean for sales, but by understanding where you are, you might say, you know what? I'm not gonna be looking for a buy here on the order block. I want to see the market getting away and then look for a possible buy position.
yeah, like get away from the block. Me personally, I would wait. I would wait or change to gold or something to find
Exactly.
something, a better setup. I wouldn't trade in that place exactly, so close to the order block.
Exactly. It's just like, and it's good that this type of thing happens so you guys can understand the whole picture, because it wouldn't be a bad idea to look for a sell. But like I said, you don't have to do that. But at least just be aware that you are in a daily order block and you understood what daily was doing. So for now, from time to time, look at the daily. And first of all, like I said, if you see a 4-hour doing a double top and you see do a 4-hour doing a double bottom, it do it for a reason. So look at the daily and double check where you are, because by just double checking there, you might understand that you might be on a daily order block. And for more, no matter how good the bullish move be, market must be, if you have a double top on a daily order block, are you guys are gonna be looking for a buy exactly on a daily order block?
No, on a daily, no.
All right.
No.
Same thing
Okay,
happens.
okay.
I mean, I don't know if you guys were today. I mean, some of you were in the call here. But
Regarding this today in the US30, we have a sweep liquidity in the daily, but at the end it crossed. We didn't cross with a full body candle.
exactly.
The
So for
thing-
example, here, guys,
Yeah,
today, that was today, and I look for a buy,
Mhm.
even though I have the bearish momentum on the daily and the 4-hour. But for you, if you guys see it, like the example that we were in just a couple minutes ago, do you guys would have looked for a sell here?
No,
Or you
no.
wouldn't look for you would look for a sell here or for a buy?
I would look for a
Exactly where
buy.
we are.
I would look for a buy because we're in the end of the.
Exactly. So that means that even though you have, and this is a kind of trade, and like I said, doesn't mean you have to take it. You don't have to look for the buy, but at least let the market get away from that order block.
And it's also, we have to think about that. We look for just a small piece of cake. It's just a bit of pips, so it makes more sense to buy there
Exactly.
because we don't want to do a swing trade. Can you go to 4 hours again to the trade we were looking?
Right here.
Yeah, 4 hours, please. Before everything happens, like we were looking for our bias.
Let me take
Yeah,
this
so-
off here. Let me take this
so
off
the-
so we can see everything.
I'm gonna say, so what I see here. You hear me, guys?
Yeah, I can hear.
Okay. So what I see here this for me, why I say that I wouldn't take the trade is an accumulation. It's like it's not, you know what I mean, as
No, I
accumulation,
totally
that's
understand what you're saying. Like it's in a range, which is also valid for you to get away from there. But let's say that you would have traded. Why in the same thing? Like I said, you guys, we didn't anything wrong. We followed a strategy and we went for the 4-hour time frame. But this type of thing had to happen so you guys can understand that not because the daily and the 4-hour, I mean, for the 4 hours is bullish, the whole idea should be bullish. At least if it's on a level that doesn't make sense to look for buys. Because you guys can see we went for the idea, liquidity, daily order block, market do a double top, do a break in our favor. So even though market's still bullish on the 4-hour, you literally on a daily order block right here. So that means that even though it probably could be a good opportunity to look for the buy, at least you had to wait for the market to get away from that order block to look for that possible setup right there.
So we have to check more the context of the market at that moment.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And we're only gonna do that, like I said, when the 4-hour do double top and double bottom, because when they do that, it's because of a reason. It might just get into a level that we can be possible looking at for a reversal from the daily. And like I said, you don't need to look for the kind of trend trades, but we have to wait for the market to get away from the order blocks. So it makes more sense to look for a setup. Same thing if you're looking at for like this. If you're looking for a buy, and even though you're looking for buys like this, and market get to an order block right here, would it be a good idea to look for a buy here or wait for the market to do a retracement and then look for the buy right here?
Yeah, a retracement.
Exactly, right?
Like
so it's
we
about
we
go ahead.
don't follow the price. We wait for price to go to the place we want it to be.
Exactly. So here, even though the market would be okay, we're looking for buys, but it doesn't make sense to look for a buy exactly on this order block. So I'm gonna wait for the market to get away. And like I said, don't get me wrong, we're not looking for sales. We're just letting the market to retrace from the order block, so we have a better position to look for a setup. Okay. Does it make sense for everybody?
Yes.
Yes.
It's perfect.
Yeah.
This is the perfect example that we can't trade every day. It's like sometimes it's better to just stay
Or
away.
use another pair. Simple. For
Yeah,
example,
yeah,
here on my experience, I would look for the sell because I know how to take kind of trend trades. And even though I'm taking a sell here, I'm taking the sell based on the content of the daily on the order block. Same thing that I did today on US30, that I took a buy when I'm still bearish here. Well, how I went for a buy here when I'm still bearish? Because it didn't make sense for me to look a sell all the way down here, tapping into a daily order block right here. So I either do two things. I get away from that pair and wait for the market to get away from here, and then I look for the sale. Or I can take the kind of trend trades if I know how to take it. You know? Or like I said, just move away and look for another pair and go for gold. And that's why I always recommend to have two pairs. And that way you can just look at for which one is the best when it comes to a structure, levels, and everything. Because not because market is bullish, you're gonna blindly look for buys. You have to wait for levels that make sense. Make sure that where you are in the daily. Sometimes, like I said, especially like just look out for the daily when you have double top and double bottom on the 4-hour. Okay, when you got that kind of patterns, then make sure what you're looking at the daily, what market's doing on the daily. So
Actually,
I can give you a clear idea that, okay, let me wait for that to get away from that order block for me to get involved into the trade or continue.
can you go to the daily, Vlad?
What?
Can you go to daily time frame?
To the trading, to this one or to the other one?
Anyone. I want to ask you something. Just here. It's okay.
Oh, this one. Which one?
Yes. It's just a question.
Well, which one?
Daily,
This one or the other one?
This one is okay.
All right.
Yeah. Daily. I think I used to do like trying strategies and that stuff. Is I mark like the previous day high and previous day low as a reference as well.
You can do that, but like I don't want what I don't want you guys to take decisions based on the daily, because even though we take like the context of what's going on over why market do a double top on the 4 hour and do a double bottom on the 4 hour, I don't want you guys to focus on, oh, daily is bearish, I should be looking for sales, because it's not gonna be the case here. It's gonna be based on the 4 hour, you know? So if you mark up the swing high and swing low on the 4 hour on the daily, then you might also be including the daily as your structure for your opportunities. So at that point, you're gonna be adding something that it might be complicate yourself into looking for a setup, because if you base on the daily, most of the time, you know, it's not gonna make a lot of sense for you to look for a setup, because if the daily is bullish, the 4 hour could be bearish, and you have to be looking for sales even though the daily is bullish. I don't know if it makes sense.
Yeah, it's so much noise then. So we keep it simple maybe.
Exactly. So what I'm telling you here is that the daily have to be a time frame just to look at it from time to time, and especially, like I said, when we have this double bottom and double top. When we have it, there's a reason for that, and we're gonna look at the daily just to double confirm where we are. If we are in a daily order block, then we be more we take it easy in to look for a sell, or continue looking for sales, or looking for buys. Doesn't mean you're gonna go against the market structure. You don't need to do that, but at least let the market get away from the order block so you can have a better setup. Okay. Does it make sense for everybody? That?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, guys. So that's basically for today. Tomorrow we're gonna do more bot testing and everything. That's a good bot testing today, because we find a couple of things that happen that actually help us and help you guys to understand a little bit more how we can approach a couple of things that might happen in the real market, and you know how to approach it to be more careful on that kind of situation. Okay. So yeah, guys, I mean, I see you guys tomorrow. Any questions, just let me know through the chat, and I send the video so you guys can review. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, thank
Hey,
you.
thank you, man.
All right, guys,
Thank
take
you.
care.
Thank you. Bye-bye.